Now that you are back from the world of the dead, I will instruct you on the troubles you will come across when voyaging to your home. First, you will meet the siren, who casts a spell that no man can resist.
Sailors live so restlessly. Come with me, sleep peacefully.
They sing a song so great
This siren song
that man, upon hearing their voices, cries their stories over family. For that reason, your men must plug their ears with wax. But if it be your will to listen, you must be bound to the mast of the ship. Once you have passed the sirens, you can go one of two ways. You must pick. One path leads to the wanderers, cliffs piercing from the sea so monstrously that birds cannot pass and no man can cut through. Smooth as in silk, slippery at the touch. Then there is Scylla, who abides in a cave facing the west that oversees a tight passage of which your crew must smuggle through. It is guaranteed you will lose 6 men, but that number can be increased if your ignorance tempts you to fight the creature.
Surely, if I don my armor with weapons in hand, that monster will meet its match.
No! You fool! Quiet your pride and heed my instructions.
Odysseus leaves the presence of the goddess to prepare his ship for departure, and tells his men about Circe's instructions. But 2 men begin to question his leadership.
Men, as we approach the sirens, you all must plug your ears to guard yourself from the siren's sweet sound. But I, Odysseus of Ithaca, will not, but will be bound to the mast of the ship, for I am your leader. And if it be that upon hearing their sweet sound, I beg to be released, then I must be bound tighter.
As the men begin to plug their ears, 2 of Odysseus' men, Pyraemedes and Eurypylus, begins to plot against Odysseus.
It is because of this man that even after the Battle of Troy has ended, we have yet to see home.
Yes, therefore, let us use this opportunity to throw him overboard, that he may swim to his doom when the sirens call.
Odysseus and his men have now reached the sirens, and Odysseus is tied to the ship.
Let my voice lead you this way. I will not lead you astray. Trust me as we reach the side, jumping out where men have died.
Upon hearing the sirens ring, Odysseus begins to act boisterous, yelling to his men to untie him.
Men, let me go! Let me go!
Peacefully at the bottom of the sea, sleep for all eternity. La 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 la. Let the ocean fill your lungs. Struggle not, soon peace will come. Taking in your final breath.
With that, Odysseus and his men successfully passed the sirens.
From the halls of death he returns, the peerless journey homeward. Circe, a imperious voice, foretelling everything that is to come. Odysseus, listen to me. The sirens are your first challenge. Their voices weave spells no man can defy. Songs so enticing, they steal the mind, tempting sailors to their death. Your men should stop up their ears with wax. But if you want to hear them singing, you must be bound to the mast of the ship. And when you pray, as you will, your bonds should only grow more tight. The hero nods and departs, his ship cutting through the waves. At the mast he stands and commands, his voice steady, in control. Men, when we come to the sirens, you must guard yourself against their song. Plug your ears, let no sound penetrate. But I, Odysseus of Ithaca, will listen, but will be bound. If I plead, if I cry out, do not release me, only tie the ropes more tightly. The men obeyed, wax stuffed in their ears, but in the darkness, two whispers. Eurylochus, his eyes blazing with anger, Charmides, his head nodding. Because of this man, we still wander, Eurylochus spits. Because of his pride, we sail without course. Troy has fallen, but we are lost at sea. Then let the sirens take him, whispers Charmides. Let him leave to his death. The ship sails closer, a song rises from the waves, silken, longing, impossible sweet. Odysseus strains against his bounds, his mind unraveling at the sound. Let me go, set me free, their song is truth, it is beauty, I must go to them. The crew found themselves divided by hearts, both in dark and light. For in that moment of peril and of cunning whispers grew. Hermes and Eurylochus stepped forth with wicked schemes. They spoke with lying tongues, volunteering to secure the bonds. Yet their words were far from their intentions. As they reached to tighten the ropes with secret, scheming hands, a favored soul, Pherebites, stood firm, his eyes burning with truth. Hold! Thundered Eurybites screamed. Your hearts are weaving folly. What madness compels you to discreet or honor? Back to your station, hasten your steps, for honor calls. Odysseus cries out in pain. His screams a storm of no's, and in the madness a light of courage did gleam, for the bounds of fate and duty had the hero fast by betrayal and the siren's voice. Odysseus and his men sailed by the alluring call into the untried trials still in store for them.